All right, fellas, we are live. The hilarious thing that I'm going to disclose right now is that I was playing my flu game last week. Danny's playing his flu game this week. So I was sick last week. Danny's sick this week now. And it's kind of comical, honestly. But we're here. We're going to answer your fantasy football questions as we always do. We will make sure. I think I'm going to set a goal here today. We're going to try and get to every question pre 12 p.m. That's not a super chat because I feel bad that all we're answering is super chats.
Yeah.
Of course, we appreciate the support when you guys send them, but I do want to get to as many like free questions as possible. And maybe the fact that Danny isn't feeling super well will actually bode well for this situation because then I can just like hammer through questions and kind of deflect to you, every so often or whatever. But we're gonna try and hammer through this. I have the Allen and Diggs stack going right now in my home league. They're doing okay. I
It's
need a
just
little
Allen
bit more
right
out of
now.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, like Allen, for what it's worth, by the way, in my home league, because Gibbs was ruled out, my other two running backs either played or were on bye outside of Tony Pollard. I needed to stream an RB2 this week. I was telling Corey, and like the only not good because he's not a good option. The only like relevant option on my waiver wire that I could possibly put in my lineup was Latavius Murray. So that hasn't been too fun. But at the same time, it's like if Allen and Diggs like combine for one more touchdown, at least I get out of this game pretty much scot-free. But yeah, I usually say that I'm sick when something bad happens in the Cowboys game, but now when I say it, I'm just actually referring to my health.
Yeah, that is facts. That is facts. Okay, so we do have some supers right off the bat here. We had our gravy higher ceiling this week. Half PPR, Michael Wilson versus Wandale. Higher ceiling is 100% Wandale Robinson.
Michael Wilson.
Okay, all right. I'm Team Wandale this week, dude. I got him as a top 40
I think he's got a higher. I have Michael Wilson as a top 35 play.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess in half PPR, I think you could make the argument that Michael Wilson probably has a higher chance for a touchdown. Higher target upside probably goes to Wandale because he's like the number one of his team and he's like a close to the line of scrimmage like PPR guy. But I think the reason I think Wandale has a really high ceiling this week is because the Dolphins, the percentage of the money that the sharps are on of all the spreads is the Dolphins minus 12.5 right now.
Yeah.
So they're projecting that the Dolphins blow the shit out of the New York Giants. And I think we're going to get some garbage time production out of the Giants offense in the second half. They're just going to be throwing. No Barkley again today. So they're probably not going to be able to run the ball very efficiently against the Dolphins. So yeah, I think Wandale has a chance to have like 10, 11 targets in this game. That's why I think he is the highest upside.
I honestly think he has just the higher floor. With Michael Wilson, I'm looking at the big plays, the way Josh Dobbs has been playing, and the way the Bengals have been playing for the most part, right? Yeah, it is a tough defense, which is probably the issue there. But at the same time, Michael Wilson's a guy that can win down the field, 2.48 yards per route run this year. He's just looked good, and the way he is involved in this offense is the valuable targets down the field. So if Josh Dobbs is playing well, if Michael Wilson's getting that same role, I think he can catch a touchdown or two in this game. Whereas with Wandale Robinson, I just don't trust Daniel Jones to be able to do that in that circumstance. Obviously, like you mentioned, big spread here, or Miami's going to be pinning the ears back. And I mean, we've seen how Daniel Jones in this Giants offensive line has dealt with pressure. So like you said, higher floor.
Three of their starters are out for this game, by the way. And Andrew Thomas, their best starter, is one of them. And John Michael Schmitz, I believe, is out also. And then one of their other guards, I think, is also out as well. Shane Lemieux or whatever it is. They're no Barkley. Three of their offensive linemen are out. Like this could legit, like we might see the first half of this game on red zone and not see another snap of it for the entire second half. Like this might be like 37-3.
I have to start Matt Breida in our listener league because I have no clue if Aaron Jones is going to play or not. And there's literally no other options on my bench because I think somebody had a bye or somebody already played. Let me just see. Listener league. Roschon Johnson already played and Antonio Gibson only played. Those were the only other two running backs I have on my bench.
Yeah, hopefully you guys stashed Roschon Johnson, by the way, because it looks like Khalil Herbert's going to be out a couple games, and Deontay Foreman might be a decent pickup this week as well because Roschon got concussed, but, I mean, it was a Thursday game. He should be cleared for next week. Brandon's in here. He says, trade Madison and Olave for JT Pittman and Josh Palmer. So JT might honestly be worth this package himself, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm absolutely making this move. At the very least, I mean, JT and Pittman are worth this package, and you pocket a free Josh Palmer. So, the team is Allen, John, JT. Yeah, dude, like, give me Jonathan Taylor. Like, my rest of season ranking on Jonathan Taylor, I have him higher than Saquon Barkley in my rest of season rankings, dude. Like, I have him at, like, RB5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that.
Like the ramp up's going to take place for a game or two here, but dude, Zach Moss was legit averaging like legit top 10 production when he was the starter there. And I don't think that JT is just going to be like in a split backfield very long. I think he's going to get everything under the sun. And we saw last year, like there was a little bit more receiving work. He was running a little bit more routes. And Richardson's going to draw some attention away in the red zone too, which is really good. So if you guys had Jonathan Taylor and you picked him just hoping he'd be back by week 5, it was a gamble because he could have held out longer than that, but it looks like it probably paid off for you. And I know on our team that we drafted with Ron, we drafted him 7th, 8th round on like a 0 RB team, and it's looking pretty nice right now, I would say.
Yeah, no, we're cooking there. PPR pick 1 Waddle, Flowers or Collins. Give me Jalen Waddle there, Dilliga.
Yeah, I'm taking Jalen Waddle there as well. I think this is the squeaky wheel game for Jalen Waddle. People might be concerned if the Giants get blown out, is Waddle going to be needed? But like they're going to need to get to the points to blow them out, right? So there's a good chance that we get a long touchdown or whatever out of Waddle early in this game.
Yeah.
What is going on with Calvin Ridley? Trigger Trey has a question.
Trigger, appreciate that. He says Brees or Kyron Williams. They're both inside my top 15. Higher.
It's a gutty play because Kyron's been the workload guy, but I have Brees higher.
I actually did raise Brees from 15 to 11, and now Brees is at 11, Kyron Williams at 12. So I actually do agree.
Yeah. Also, some quick housekeeping things. I just dropped it in the chat. If you guys want access to our weekly rankings so you don't have to join these live streams and wait for us to get to your question, you can get them for free by signing up on Underdog Fantasy. Minimum $10 deposit. You can play some pick'ems. You can, do some best ball drafts, best ball resurrections going right now. You can do some DFS games where it's like, drafts. Danny's just absolutely passing away in the side here. But basically, if you guys want our rankings, you can get those for free by signing up on Underdog, or you can get them on our site, Flock Fantasy, which during the games today, I'm going to drop the Dynasty Rankings Manifesto 2023 edition, which has our quarterback rankings updated, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, our bucketed rankings. So if you guys want to know how we rank the running backs that are under 25 or how we rank the quarterbacks that are, in their prime, guys that are like 25 or older. And we also have our top 45 rankings for the 2024 class as well. So if you guys are interested in our rookie rankings there, those will all be live on the site, probably by the afternoon games at the latest today, but should be even potentially during the 1 p.m. slate. So definitely make sure you're a member over on there. Also some really cool stuff coming. We got some new developers on the team that are going to be bringing us like trade calculators and like really cool shit coming to the site. So you're definitely going to want to see what we got going on over there.
Yep. Half PPR pick 2, Mostert, Garrett Wilson, or Collins. Half PPR, it's between Mostert and Collins really for the last of the two. The problem is because it's a half PPR, I like Mostert a lot in that game environment against the Giants. But at the same time, knowing Nico's target involvement, this is like probably right.
I probably go with the first two guys here, just knowing that Collins has a slightly tougher matchup. The Falcons have been pretty good. We expect probably AJ Terrell to be on Nico Collins most of the game, I would imagine. He's not really a guy that's seen shadow coverage so far, but AJ Terrell does shadow at times when there's a true number one, which is what I think the Falcons defensive coordinator would assume that Nico Collins is. So I personally would go with Mostert and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Half PPR versus. If this was a full PPR, I'd go with Collins over Mostert. Because it's half, I would go with Mostert.
Oh, we got a takeaway for the Bills defense here?
It looks like it. By the way, what a slugfest of a game. What are we watching?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm glad I took the under in this one.
Yeah, that was a sharp bet. The other bet I liked was real quick. The other bet I actually really liked was the Jag spread. So even if the Bills score here, it's going to be 14-11. I think they were 5.5 point favorites. So
they were, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's looking good. Flowers or Ramondre PPR? Honest to God, bro, I'm going Flowers.
Yeah, I'm taking Flowers. I actually don't think that Ramondre is like dead. Like everybody's kind of, putting his eulogy out there. Like he's completely screwed now for the rest of the season.
Doesn't look healthy, man. I don't know what it is.
He doesn't look healthy. Yeah. And that's really the thing. Cause the second Ramondre Stevenson has a game where he looks himself. Cause realistically the Dolphins game is the one that he looked the best in. And even then it wasn't like quite to the level of last year's Ramondre Stevenson. He'll probably be back up at the high end RB2 range. So if that happens, and I'm not saying it will, like maybe he doesn't, play as well this year. But if that does happen, he should climb up the rest of season rankings pretty quickly. So he's a gamble. I think if you can get him for low end RB2 rest of season price tags, like you can sell Jerome Ford for him right now. Like I'm probably gonna do it and see if I can buy low on a guy that I think still has some good upside in receiving work.
Jaleel or Gainwell, full PPR, Addison or Jameson. I would actually go with Jaleel over
Yeah,
Gainwell.
if Javonte's out though, only. If
Even
Javonte's not out, I would play Gainwell.
even if he's in, I heard he's going to be limited at best. So,
Really?
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hearing. Again, things might have changed since I heard that, but even if Javonte does plays, it's sounding like he's going to be limited in this capacity. And Jaleel McLaughlin is the third down receiving back, big play potential like he showed last week. Whereas with Gainwell, it's like, I guess like you could say he would represent that, but I honestly think Jaleel McLaughlin is just a better player.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think Gainwell can get it done on like 14 touches in this game, though. It's supposed to be like a 50 and a half point over under in that game or whatever. So yeah, it's going to be a high scoring game. I think if Javonte were to play, I would actually go with Gainwell, even though like Jaleel McLaughlin will probably still be involved. Like he was only like a 35% snap share guy last week. Like P. Ryan's still there. If Javonte plays 30-40% of the snaps, it'll just kind of muddy up the whole situation. So for me, I would go Gainwell. And then the second part of this question is very easily Jordan Addison. They've already said Jameson Williams is going to be on a pitch count. So I'm not, just because Amon-Ra's out, I think Laporta is the guy that's going to probably eat today with Amon-Ra out.
And I mean, I guess we can just transition quickly to two separate, both our underdog picks of the week and our going nuts. So we'll do it in order. We'll do the underdog pick of the week for both of us. I'll let you
Sounds good.
Graphic. Do you got the graphic?
Yeah, I got it. Okay, underdog pick of the week, of course, presented by our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. I could start it off with mine here. I think the Jets are just going to outright beat the Broncos today. It's in Mile High, so that's where you get the 2.5 spread for the Broncos. But the Broncos are such a mess on defense, and if Zach Wilson can play at least as well as he played in the second half of that game against Kansas City, I don't even think this game will be particularly close. I think Breece Hall will get going. I think that Garrett Wilson will get going in this game. So I like the Jets to cover 2.5 against the spread for sure. And honestly, to outright win if you want to take the Jets money line for plus money there.
I was going to take them this morning, but I thought the rule was no under 3. So, I mean, it is what it is. But mine is actually going to be,
because it's the Jets on the road.
I would have taken them.
The test is not the test is not under 3. It's, can you look yourself in the mirror? Like, I'm like, dude, it's the Jets and they're on the road against the Denver Broncos. Like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe you think that's I can switch to my other one because I might go for a touchdown dog to outright win. If you would like me to, I will.
I don't care. It's your call.
Okay, well, we do get 2 points for touchdown dog. So you know what? I'm gonna follow the rules here. I will take the Jets off the board, and I'm gonna go with the Panthers to beat the Lions outright. Plus 9.5 right now. I like them against the spread for sure. But also knowing that Amon-Ra's out, knowing that Jameson Williams going to be on a pitch count, knowing that Jahmyr Gibbs is out for this game. If they can stop David Montgomery on the ground, Carolina, then the offense of the Detroit Lions is going to be pretty limited. And I don't think Jared Goff plays well when he doesn't have like a great surrounding cast. And when the surrounding cast is injured like it is, I mean, the two best offensive players for the Lions are out for this game, in my opinion, at least. And I like the Panthers to cover this. I think they're at home in this game as well. Or no, they're in Detroit. So it is on the road for them. But I don't know. I think I like what I saw out of Bryce, and the Lions offense is a little hampered right now. So I'll take the Panthers. I get 2 points if that hits, obviously, because they're 9.5 point dogs.
I'll give you 3 if this hits.
Okay. All right. You heard it here.
Yeah. I'll give you 3, especially because I told you to get off the Jets, and I actually do think the Jets are going to win. I talked about in my wide receiver rankings that in order to capitulate here, I'll give you 3 if that hits. But
here's a heave.
Diggs?
Oh, that got picked. Oh, wow. Awesome. What a fucking interception.
Awesome.
That was a heave to Diggs. And Diggs, if he can come down with that, that's a massive play. But that was a hell of a pick. I'm not even gonna cap. That was a disgusting pick.
Yeah, that's exactly what I needed, having Allen in my lineup.
Yeah, agreed.
Real quickly, my underdog pick of the week, if you flash it up, and I know Steve's in the chat because I saw him a little bit. He's not going to like this. I really like the Rams getting 4 points at home to just outright win this game. Cooper Kupp's coming back. Matthew Stafford's been playing some good ball. If you're going to attack the Eagles, you're going to do it with their secondary, and the Rams are built to attack that weakness. With Puka Nacua obviously playing some good ball, with Cooper Kupp coming back, and the way Matthew Stafford's been playing, I think this is going to be a shootout of a game. I think it's going to be very high scoring. And in high scoring games, give me the underdog home team that has everything to play for in this instance.
Yeah, I think it's like a side tangent, but dude, in Superflex League, how big of a steal was Matthew Stafford going to be? Mm-hmm. Holy crap, man. Dude, with Cooper Kupp now back, Matthew Stafford might legit be a QB1 the rest of the season, right? Like with Cooper Kupp, with Puka Nacua, and with Tutu Atwell is a good number 3, and
Higby's
Tyron
decent.
Williams can catch the ball, and Tyler Higby's a decent tight end. Like we might get legit top 12 production for the rest of the year out of Matthew Stafford, and if you drafted him in the late rounds, especially in super flex formats, I think he would be an absolute cheat code. So yeah, good news for Rams fans too, because it looks like they're going to be pretty competitive rest of the year.
And I mean, we could just go right back into the going nuts picks of the week because we're literally talking about the same game. So my going nuts pick of the week, it's so funny because your initial bet was Jets to beat the Broncos outright. My going nuts pick of the week is going to be Breece Hall against the Denver Broncos. We're heard all week that he's going to get his workload ramped up. We know Breece Hall is an elite player, and let's be honest here. This is the worst defense in football. The Denver Broncos cannot stop a nosebleed. Breece Hall is obviously the more talented player in this backfield. If you haven't already watched Jets football already, you probably don't want to watch it when Dalvin Cook's on the field. Breece Hall, like if he gets 15 touches in this game, he's going to score 20 points. Like the Broncos are that bad.
Yeah. So again, going nuts rules. Does Danny get a 1 point if Breece Hall does indeed score 20 plus PPR points? Does he get 2 points or does he get 3 points? 3 being that's an outlandish take, and if it happens, you should be rewarded for it. 1 point being it's probably going to happen, it's a safe bet, and 2 being kind of somewhere in the middle. So my going nuts pick of the week you mentioned is the Philadelphia Eagles Rams game, and I have Devontae Smith being the guy that goes nuts. With Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, it's kind of just like you can't really predict it. Like sometimes we're like, oh, if AJ Brown's going to get shadowed, Devontae Smith's going to go off. No, it just kind of rotates every week. And those guys are both just good enough to beat whoever they're up against. So sometimes it's a Smith game. Sometimes it's an AJ Brown game, depending on who ate their Wheaties that morning. So for me, I'm sensing a Devontae Smith game. So I think he's going to go for over 20 plus PPR points in this Rams game, maybe find the end zone once or twice, have 100 yards or something like that. So let me know in the chat if you guys think that's a 1-pointer, a 2-pointer, or a 3-pointer, and then let Danny know if you think his was a 1-pointer, a 2-pointer, or a 3-pointer.
Yeah, just put like the last name Hall and the last name Smith, and then the amount of points you would allocate for those both of those. Sorry, if it were up to me, I think both of them are like relative 2-pointers because the way I kind of view it is the 1-pointers are like guys that we expect to be top 12 versus anybody out of that usually is a 2. And if you're talking about somebody outside of the top 24, that's usually a 3. But I mean, I'll let chat kind of figure that out because
I'm seeing 2s for like the first Cody said 2, and I think probably like you said both of them deserve 2s. But BK Rich coming in with the super, he says, do I start Joe Burrow or CJ Stroud? I think I'm starting Burrow. I'm a glutton for punishment, dude, but I'm starting
don't do
Burrow
it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, man. Joe Burrow I have ranked as my quarterback 16 this week. I'm not touching that offense until Joe Burrow looks healthy. Period.
Calvin Ridley just made a big play, 21 yards. Not bad.
Oh, I mean, I thought he was dead based off the Twitter comments at halftime.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. Like, whatever. He's got like
5 catches for 75 yards
right now, right?
Yeah, he's got like 5 for 75 or like 6 for 80 or something like that. Like, I haven't seen the stats, but
yeah, I'm looking right now what he's got. He is currently
5 for 70.
He's 6 for 90 right now on 7 targets. So he has 2 carries for 14 yards as well. Like the guy is over 100 yards from scrimmage right now. Like let's settle down here.
Yeah, people are. Didn't he have a concussion and then he just like went back in the game
today?
I swear he was getting invested.
No, that was Zay was getting invested for something. I don't know if it was a concussion or something else, but Zay was in the medical tent for some reason.
I got a report on Sleeper that it was Ridley.
Oh, okay. Maybe
they fucked it up.
Hey guys, Vicks it up. I don't know what that means. Maybe
you don't know what Vicks Vapor Rub is?
Oh, true. Yeah, okay, I get it. Rest of season, here is the team. Justin Herbert, Bijan, CD, AJ, Ridley. Jesus, hell of a receiver core. Ferguson, Aubrey. Who is that?
That's the Cowboys kicker. He's like the kicker 2 in fantasy right now.
I don't know anybody. I don't know any kickers anymore.
Former soccer player, hasn't missed a single field goal this year.
True. Bench, Roshan, Tajay, Rivers, Musgrave, Howell, T-Law. I mean, you definitely do not need this many quarterbacks, especially considering you have Justin Herbert. So Howell especially really needs to go. He says trying to move is what he says here. Jameson, Dubs, Keaton, 1 and 3, half winning. I mean, your team's in pretty good shape. I would say you just kind of need some guys to perform better. Your running back position's a little weak outside of Bijan. You don't really have anybody that you can throw into your lineup. So yeah, I would maybe try and make a move if Sam Howell coming off the big week, or maybe Trevor Lawrence.
Dubs.
Dubs. Yeah, take Dubs and Sam Howell, or Dubs and Trevor Lawrence, or maybe one of your other guys on your bench there, Musgrave, if somebody needs a tight end, and go after a potential like Damian Pierce type. Maybe you can get up to somebody like that. Would be a good, solidified RB2 for your lineup there. Good luck, though. Hopefully your team bounces back this week. Bobcat says, in an ugly situation with Saquon out, Ford on bye, Kelly on bye, who should I start? Tyler Algier or Kenny Gainwell? I'm going Algier 100%.
Yeah,
the Houston Texans, what you do against them is run the football. And I think after, three straight games of Desmond Ridder thrown over 30 times, I think Arthur Smith is going to be fed up with that experiment, and we might have like a 14 pass attempt Desmond Ridder game with Algier and Bijan doing the work.
I mean, sorry, I can't even speak. To the Texans' credit, they haven't been awful against running backs.
Bottom 6 still
compared to what they were last year.
Yeah, they were dead last against the run for like multiple years, but they're still and they're good against the pass. They're like a top 10 defense against the pass. So you run the ball.
Their run funnel for sure
is exactly what Arthur Smith will notice about their defense when he's watching the tape. So he's going to want to run. He's going to 20 touches for Bijan, 18 touches for Algier is what I'm expecting today.
He could be playing the 49ers, who are literally a run or a pass funnel defense, and he would still run the rock 40 times. We know Arthur Smith.
He would, but he's actually been a little bit more pass heavy the past couple games.
No, I know. I was
just
playing
from behind and stuff like that, which could happen again. It's possible they get down in this game, but anyways, we can get back to the top of the order, I believe, or we have any more? Okay, I think we're caught up on super chat here. So, we mentioned the Calvin Ridley. He's good now. Hey, y'all, AR-15 or Kirk, full 6 point per passing touchdown. I think Zaddy asked this on Thursday. I'm still going to go with 6 point. Now that Jonathan Taylor's back, maybe you go with Kirk Cousins for sure. I think Taylor helps the offense, but it could pull some red zone work away from Anthony Richardson. So I'll take Kirk Cousins there, especially in that game environment. It's such a good spot.
Yeah, I agree there. They're back to back in my 4 point ranking. So then, Kirk is more of a 6 point passing touchdown quarterback. So yeah, absolutely. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Jared says, hey, FSE, tough one for my NFFC league. Pick 2 of Mostert, A-Chain, and JT. I think
I'm sitting Taylor.
I'm not. I can't do it.
I mean, because you have the other Miami running back, I don't mind just like making your bet on one and then starting Taylor with the other. But I mean, I have the two Miami running backs ranked highest in my rankings.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have Taylor slightly ahead of. I have Taylor at 20
do you have Taylor this week?
20.
I'm at 21.
Yeah, I'm at 20, and then I have Mostert at 22. So
that's the difference.
Like, near each other for sure. A-Chain obviously is the one that's way up there, but especially knowing that you're already starting A-Chain too. I mean, it could really screw you over if Mostert's the one that finds the end zone and you sat him and you played A-Chain. But I think I go A-Chain and JT there personally.
For what it's worth, I have Raheem at 20 and JT at 21. So with the factor that you already have A-Chain and you're not just going to double cuck yourself, I don't mind going JT over Mostert in that instance.
Oh man, we almost had a piss missile to Christian Kirk there.
Oh man, wait, it's 1st and 10? Who got the first?
Someone just got a flag.
Oh, awesome. We need the Bills to fucking do something, bro.
Dude, the Bills are shooting themselves in the foot in this game, and it feels like they lose a starter every play as well.
Look, dude, I've said it before, and like Lucas joked around, but like the Bills are the fucking the Bills are the AFC Cowboys, where like if they get a fucking lead, they are going to demolish teams. But sometimes they'll just have a game where they look like so much fucking worse than like 90% of their sample.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the same cause for both teams. It's like penalties,
discipline,
and like turnovers, and like stuff like that. It's just dumb.
It's just discipline and decision making just lapses at times.
Yeah, I mean, having a bad coach like Mike McCarthy will do that.
It's not bad. I mean,
he's a bad coach, dude.
If we 12 games
in the league, he would be a bottom 10 coach, 100%.
Brother, he has the second most wins as a coach in the last 2 years.
Are we going to do this? Are we going to do this right now? I mean, who is his quarterback, Danny?
No, for sure. Dak is a really good quarterback, but at the same time...
I'm not talking about Dak. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the last 2 years. He has the second most...
yeah, again, you had a good roster. He should be winning games. If he's not winning, he's like the Zach Taylor of the NFC. He's got a great roster and a great quarterback. And
he got the team.
If he had a better coach, if Sean Payton was coaching the Cowboys, you probably wouldn't have these issues.
I mean, look at what Sean Payton's doing right now in Denver.
He revived Russell Wilson so far, to be honest.
And their defense is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
He coach that side of the ball.
Sure, then don't hire Vance Joseph, that asshole.
Huh?
I was talking about Sean Payton. I'm like, don't hire Vance Joseph, then asshole.
Yeah, I mean, bad.
I mean, real talk though, like. Is Mike like a Kyle Shannon? No, absolutely not.
It's a bottom 10 coach. Bottom 10.
No.
Yes,
He's league
100%.
average at least.
He's
Dude, you don't win 24 games in the last 2 years if you're a bottom 10 coach. Like, I don't care what your roster is.
Roster in the league, bro. You can win that.
What's the Chargers' excuse? What's the Chargers' excuse?
I mean, I didn't say Staley was better. Staley's worse, for sure.
If McCarthy was that bad, it would be a Staley situation. That's what I'm saying.
He's not as bad as Staley.
And Herbert's better than Dak. So, I mean, what's their excuse?
Right, but
McCarthy's
won the elite defense. Their defense has not been as good as the Cowboys' defense.
For sure.
That's Dan Quinn's job, not like Mike.
And that's Brandon Staley's job.
Yeah, I know. But he's terrible. He's probably one of the worst coaches in the league.
I mean, the Cowboys have been a top 3 scoring team each of the last 2 years.
I called your coach a bottom 10 coach, and you proceeded to dunk on potentially the worst coach in the league. That proves my point, in my opinion. There's not many other coaches that you can say are significantly worse than Mike McCarthy.
You can't say he's a below average coach when he has the second most wins behind Andy Reid in the last 2 years. That's what I'm saying.
His roster's elite. I will
100%.
At a later date. I will go through and rank the coaches, and we can discuss that at a later point in time. But I bet you he's a bottom 10 coach.
So what's he doing wrong that like Nick Sirianni's doing?
If your team is undisciplined and you can't win big games, that's coaching.
He's won big games in the last 2 years.
They've gotten like one and done in the playoffs like twice. Okay.
Anyways,
they beat the Bucks, who are awful in the playoffs. That won 7 games.
And how many people actually picked the Bucks in that game?
Yeah, but that was
dumb. Yeah, but
it was for this reason though, because they have bad coaching, they're undisciplined, and they choke.
Yeah.
Anyways, sidetrack. Peter says PPR flex, Dell, Addison, or Tutu. Definitely
Addison.
Jordan Addison. I want pieces of that game. And then or Mondre, who is now active. So I would still go Addison personally.
Yeah. Beanie, trade Gus Edwards for Addison in a standard league. Also start Debo or Nico in a PPR league. Yeah, I'm taking Addison still over Gus Edwards. Like, it's still relative. Like, you're still going to have way better running back options than Gus Edwards, and you're still going to have, less wide receiver options than Jordan Addison that you take over him. Like, I understand the cross position is like the at play here, which is why this is a question. But at the same time, I still think, like I said, Jordan Addison is going to rank up way higher at wide receiver than Gus Edwards is going to rank up at running back.
Yeah, and even in standard format, like I think Addison in that game environment probably has a better chance for a touchdown too, which is all that matters in standard basically. So
ETN touchdown.
ETN touchdown?
Yeah. He's doing a little dance now. I haven't.
Beauty. I needed that in the Bitcoin league actually, because since I traded for him, he's been fucking useless. So, he also said start Debo or Nico in a PPR. I would take Debo for sure in that situation. Oh, whoops, that's not where I want to go.
Good coordinators, 100%. You gotta get.
Let me go back to the top here. Okay. Jared says also Cup versus Downs. Absolutely Cup. I don't care if he's limited or not. I'm still playing him.
He can play 25% of the snaps, and it's still Cup because he might get 5 targets in that stretch.
Absolutely. Which 3 players would you rather have in your lineup? Mahomes, Kelsey, Brees, or Goff? Okay, so this is DFS. I know Brees is expected to be chalk, so I'm not really a DFS player much anymore, but I know Brees.
I'm not starting Goff
this week.
I'm not starting Goff without Amon-Ra.
I actually kind of like if you're to me, Jared, it would depend. If we're talking straight up, I would rather have Mahomes, Kelsey, Brees. But if we're trying to get our ownership lower in DFS, I actually like Goff, Kelsey, and Bijan because I think Bijan might get overlooked a little bit. Not a lot. I think he'll probably still catch a lot of ownership in this game. But I think I like the Goff, Kelsey, Bijan in that situation. But I think I would rather go for a different cheap quarterback than Goff, knowing that all of his receivers are out.
Yeah, like can you go Stafford? Like if you go Stafford, that's one thing.
I need a running back bad. What would you suggest? My starters are Gibbs, Najee, or Brees. Should I pick up a guy like Chuba? I mean, Chuba should be rostered for sure.
Yeah, he should be.
It depends who you're dropping, but I would definitely want him on my roster. With Brees and Najee, they're probably the guys that you're starting, and fucking Spicy Hot's highlighting an Oklahoma sweater in the background because Texas lost yesterday. I mean, our season's over unless we have some slip-ups from some of the top teams. We're pretty much done for at this point in time.
And I mean, me and Lucas got into it a little bit in the chat yesterday. I'm not sure if you saw it at all, but he's like, I will take anybody. Like if Michigan makes a semifinal, I will take anybody's spread against Michigan. And I said, bet it right now, $50 USC, done deal. I'm screenshotting it. I'm putting it in my notes. If Michigan makes the playoffs, they're covering the spread
or USC.
USD. Like I'm saying, like bet.
I see.
Because if Michigan makes the playoffs, they're making the national championship, in my opinion. Like, they look like the best team in the country.
They do. They do. I'll give them that. But I still want to see them play a real team before I
Sure.
actually make that determination, which won't happen until you play Penn State or Ohio State. So
when their offensive line knocks Penn State off the ball 4 yards every play because they're the best offensive line in college
I will tell
football.
you, you're the best team in college football if that happens. But you guys have played nobody so far.
100%.
So yeah, you look great, but like you've played nobody.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, I don't know how Georgia's still number one after the last.
I don't know how we put it to Alabama the way we did and then play like that against Oklahoma. Like Oklahoma's a good team. Don't get me wrong; they're a good team, but Alabama is still a better team in my opinion. Their defense.
I will say, you still have an outside shot if you can be the one-loss Big 12 champ. Like, you have to run the table from now on, so you still control your own destiny.
Oklahoma's got to slip. They got to slip for sure, and then we have to beat them in the Big 12 championship too.
Well, that's the thing, because like even if like you guys are both one loss, if they beat you earlier in the season and you beat them in the Big 12 championship,
yeah,
you know the committee's going to favor you. I mean, but with that being said, like we already know the Pac-12 champs at least going to get in because that Pac-12 conference is
it'll be Washington or USC, whoever wins the Pac-12.
Winner of Big 12, Big 10.
Honestly, they might get 2 teams in if they're both playing really well. But USC's defense might cost them a game here soon.
USC's not making it. It's going to be Oregon and Washington if there's 2 Pac-12 teams. I don't think USC's even close. Like,
here's the other thing too. I think it's possible that Georgia slips up at some point as well.
Yeah, I mean they could.
I think it's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
It would come in the SEC championship. If they do, it would come in the SEC championship because their schedule is literally the definition of a cakewalk. Like they play
Bama in the SEC championship. Like who's going to play them?
Probably Bama. Their 2 hardest games left on their schedule are Tennessee and Ole Miss, which are like decent games. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like you're playing. It's not a top 10 team though.
No, they were 16 coming into yesterday, and I think they beat Arkansas, but they kind of struggled with them. So
for sure, but yeah, we had a little side tangent there. I believe. Wait,
yeah, that was
okay. Yeah, we got to be full PPR need last flex Mostert, Breece Hall or Collins. Is Breece Hall? It's not close.
Yeah, absolutely, it's still Breece.
Addison or Tank Dell full PPR.
Addison.
Yeah, I have Addison a little bit higher there.
Yeah,
I don't mind Tank though, top 35ish.
Yeah,
I think I have Addison at 30 and Dell at like 33 or 34.
Yeah, Javon says, "What's up? What's going on, Javon? Pick 3: Pacheco, Mike Thomas, Barrios, AJ Dillon, Rock." Okay, so you're in a tough situation here. Pacheco is a lock, obviously. Michael Thomas, I would say, is a lock as well. Yeah. Given that you're like just shooting for upside here, just give me Robert Woods. He's the guy that gets the most targets of these options here. I would just take Robert Woods here.
I kind of like Raymond, man. He's been killing zone coverage all year.
Who do you like? Sorry.
Raymond.
Yeah. I thought you said Raven. I'm like, who the fuck is Raven?
No, I actually don't mind Khalif Raymond. Basically, with teams that run heavy zone, which this week the Carolina Panthers do, Khalif Raymond's yards per route run has been the highest on the entire team. So with obviously Amon St. Brown out, with Jahmyr Gibbs out, I do think he could have a pretty good game in this game.
Yeah, we got a chunk play to Gabe Davis here.
And I just see Josh Allen run for
9-yard run or whatever.
Why does he get down right before the sticks?
Oh, we got.
There's a flag. It's probably a hold. Yeah, it's gonna be a hold. RB2, Sanders, Chuba, Warren, or Stevenson.
I'm going Stevenson. With the Panthers running back situation being a little murky.
Yeah, I agree there. And by the way, if you're in chat, listen to Nathan. Only ask your questions once, please. We are going in order anyway. So if you ask it one time or if you ask it 10, it's going to get answered in the same order. So don't cloud the chat, P. Don't cloud the chat. Don't be that guy. Otherwise, we got Spicy Hot in the background here with his blue wrench. We got a couple of our moderators here with their blue wrenches. That'll put you in timeout.
Yeah. So back to the top of the order here. I keep losing it because I'm stupid. Mitchell goes, traded A-Chain and CJ Stroud for Derrick Henry and Chris Olave. Who won the trade? A-Chain versus Henry rest of the season, that's a conversation. So you pocket a wide receiver, high-end wide receiver 2 like Chris Olave for a quarterback, and I'm assuming a 1-quarterback league. Give me the Derrick Henry and Chris Olave side there.
Yeah, I would agree there. I mean, you could argue that Chris Olave is the best asset in this deal.
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could definitely argue that. James says, my weekly question, favorite props, I will show you because I have them pulled up right now. If you guys want to tail this pick'em slip that I just built out, I like Derrick Henry to find the end zone. I think 42.5 rushing yards, as much as I think Richardson can absolutely do that. With Jonathan Taylor coming back, maybe they limit his rushing a little bit. Juju Smith-Schuster sucks, so under 2.5 receptions is pretty free cash. And then I also have, this line actually moved here, 223.5 passing yards for Daniel Jones. Garbage time. I think that's when that's coming. And then Devon A-Chain to find the end zone either via the ground or the air. So if you guys want to tail that, by all means, go ahead. And of course, use promo code FSE if you're signing up on Underdog. They have extended the deposit match of up to $500 for another couple weeks, I believe. It's extended for a while now. So if you do want to get some serious cash on some of these pick'ems, you can deposit, $500 and have 1,000 on the site to play with, or you can just deposit $10 and have 20 on the site to play with, whatever your, budget's looking like. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested.
Yeah, no, 100%. And real quick too, I do feel bad for Choo to a certain degree, man. Like his knee just freaking exploded on him, man.
Who did?
Have you heard the story about Juju's knee?
Oh, Juju's knee, yeah.
I don't know how he passed his physical, or even if like he did or not. Like, how is he playing games right now? Like his knee is like in a terrible spot.
Yeah, wasn't there a report before the season that it could explode at any point or something?
Yeah, it's like cooked.
Yeah, I wonder if we don't know something about Juju. Like, did he suffer like a sneaky ACL tear his third season that we just didn't hear about? Because he was like an electric player for 2 years.
He was great, dude. I hate saying like obviously like they played differently, but in terms of just beating zone coverage, like he was basically like the Cooper Kupp-esque before Cooper Kupp in the sense that he was getting a lot of volume. He was beating zone coverage. He was the yards after catch guy. And obviously, they're different in terms of their actual play styles, but at the same time, like their operation and their offenses was just to be the zone beater.
A lot of Steelers fans were comping him to Hines Ward. I remember when he was in his first 2 years, they were like, he's our new Hines Ward, which is like a perfect comparison for him. What he looked 100%. Like at least those first 2 years. Nuke says, need a flex. I have Mostert or Addison. Need an RB2. Is Javonte playing? Or just start. So I would say don't rely on Javonte Williams playing would be my first. I don't think he's going to play. And if he does, he's going to be really limited. But Mostert or Addison, I would say go with Mostert. And then he says need an RB2 or is just start his backup or Mostert at RB2. So if you can play both of them, then go with Mostert and Addison and just leave Javonte on your bench. But go with Mostert if you can only play one.
Yeah, agreed there. We got a couple supers here real quick. I'll get to. I was letting you finish that off. First one from Gustavo. Appreciate that. He says, happy Sunday, my guys. Start at flex, Pittman, Waddle, or Kyren Williams. I would go with Jalen Waddle out of that. Like Bush said earlier, I do think he's due this week. I mean, we've been seeing Tyreek Hill, Mostert, A-Chain all get the love. And Jalen Waddle just has kind of been the forgotten man. Jalen Waddle's too good of a player to just be an afterthought in this offense. Like we saw it last year on sub 7 targets per game. He was a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy.
Yeah, literally. We have a red zone opportunity for the Bills, and Josh Allen just got sacked.
Oh, high hit.
High hit.
Yeah. Allen pointed right at his helmet right away.
Josh Allen on Josh Allen violence there.
Sit 2 PPR, Olave, Watson, Myers, Dell, Addison. I mean, you're sitting Dell and Addison pretty easily there.
I would sit Dell and Myers.
No shot you're sitting Myers, bro.
Yeah,
have you seen his splits? Have you seen his splits with Jimmy Garoppolo?
They've been absolutely great. I am sitting Myers over Addison.
You want to make that bet right now? Myers versus
absolutely.
Addison?
Let's write it down.
Do it.
PPR Addison versus Jacoby Myers. I want every piece in that Vikings Chiefs game that I can get. That might be 47-40 that game.
100%. But the process here is the 11 target player, full-time player in his offense versus the guy that's played 70% snaps 2 times this year. Like, I love Jordan Addison.
The guy that played 70% of the snaps 2 times is a big play threat for an offense that probably can hang 35 on anybody any given week.
And yet Myers has still outproduced his best games.
Anybody in the league.
And yet Myers has still outproduced his best games.
He cooks. Myers is an every week starter. No doubt about it. But this is an Addison spike game. I could smell it.
Lock him down, Spicy. Addison versus Myers. I'm riding with your Raiders, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right. We have any more supers, or can I go back up?
We're caught up. We're caught up there.
Okay. So Dylan says, good morning. What's going on? Should I trust Burrow today or Love on Monday Night Football? I'm trusting Burrow. This is the last time I'm going to do it. I swear to God. If Joe Burrow screws me one more time, I'm done. I'm never putting him in my lineup again. What is that?
Gabe Davis.
Oh, there we go. The Allen to Gabe Davis.
You have him in the listener league.
Let's go, baby.
Maybe I should have did the trade.
Yeah, and also I had a bet that there was a boosted FanDuel spread today that was Bills win and Josh Allen throws 2 touchdowns. So that's 2 touchdowns for Allen. So I need him to actually
we
win
need
the game
stop
now.
And then a touchdown.
Yeah.
Or overtime would also help. And then they just win in overtime.
Also, what is the score
18,
that we have?
I mean, it could be 18-15 if they go for 2
we got a
flag.
Right? What's going on here? 18-13. It's just a weird score is what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Also playing Hall at running back over Williams with Henry is okay. Yeah, so I'm playing Hall at running back over Kyron as well. It's a little gutty. The safer play is Kyron, but I'm going with Hall. It's really gutty actually. I will say because Kyron's in a game environment. What's up?
You got called back.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Let's go, Allen. Oh, what a rip! Is that Diggs? Is that Diggs? Is that Diggs? Is that Diggs? No, it's he just got it back. Okay, it's just Gabe Davis
Okay,
again.
well, they're calling it a touchdown. Maybe that was PI. I don't know. Maybe it was pushed off. I have no idea.
Are you just gonna get like more points because they got the penalty on the last play, so you just get the extra yardage bonus? Is that like what's gonna work out right now?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
What the fuck? Good morning. Should I trust Burrow? I have love higher, man. Like I have love higher.
Touchdown, penalty declined.
So you just got like free little boost there.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of extra pointage.
I'll take it too. I have Allen, so
yeah,
I mean,
I'll
get
take
the points
the Gabe Davis Allen stack. I love watching the Bills because I have Allen and Davis in our listener league and Allen and Diggs in my home league. So I'm literally just Allen just cooks all the time for me. Basically,
tell me Allen Diggs isn't one of the most fun experiences. Oh please, let me get a little Diggs.
I need a rushing.
Allen Diggs 2-point, please. Allen Diggs 2-point. Oh, that works. Just get in, buddy. Just get in. What the fuck was that? Buddy, why are we slowing down at the point of the catch? Just fucking put your shoulder down and run 2 yards.
Yeah, that was anytime anybody throws a 2-point conversion short of the end zone, I always get annoyed. Unless it's like those leak out tight end plays that always seem to be wide open. Like anytime you throw like a bubble screen short of the end zone,
let me just throw a naked bubble to Khalil Shakir. Like, what are we doing, man?
What are we doing here? Like, just you deserve to not get that 2-point conversion, in my opinion.
Yeah. I never want to see that again.
Lumber 93 in the chat here. Start 2 full PPR. Dell, JT, Pierce, Pitts, and London. I'm starting JT and Pierce personally.
Yeah, JT and Pierce, you said?
Yeah, that would be my 2.
Scott says, well, that didn't help. Yeah, so I mean, regardless, we're sitting Dell. I would go with Myers. Corey would go with Addison. So at the end of the day, it's just kind of like
we bet on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point of these bets. If we ever disagree on anything, that's why we do them. PPR, Ramondre, Damian Pearson, Jerry Jeudy, who sits the bench this week? Jerry Jeudy, and it isn't even close, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy.
I can only start 2 running backs with some on all. Okay, some of them on bye. I have Montgomery, obvious, but do I start Najee Harris or the young buck McLaughlin from Denver? I'm going Najee Harris still, even though it's disgusting.
Yeah, I agree.
James
with
easy
the Javonte
for Christian Watson or over Nico Collins. James,
I'm going Nico over Watson.
Is it James Conner?
I think he's answering somebody's question.
I see.
Christian Watson.
I see.
I have. I mean, it's very close, but I have them back to back in my rankings. But I mean, Nico Collins, like, don't bet against that target share right now, man. The guy is involved in CJ Stroud.
For those of you guys wondering, I am playing against Joe Burrow this week, so I am kind of reverse jinxing it by saying that this is the last week that I'm going to trust him because I am playing against the Burrow Chase stack.
By the way, make sure you guys ask your question once, please.
Also, if we did answer your question, hit the button that looks like this and hit the subscribe button. Lil Sharky says, morning, gents. What's going on? Redraft PPR, traded Ramondre and Warren for Gibbs and Lockett. How did I do?
Smash.
I mean, Gibbs versus Ramondre, they're both guys that I'm a little worried about, but they're both probably buy lows. So give me the Gibbs and Lockett side there because Warren versus Lockett is a win for the Lockett side.
Yep, all day. By the way, love that touchdown, just helping out my Josh Allen. So shout out there.
Also, Diggs had a linebacker on him for that touchdown.
Of course it is.
So could have been a Diggs touchdown, but you hate to see that. Gibbs is out and all my running backs have bye week. Should I go with Breida or Hubbard today?
Breida.
I probably go Breida. Just give me the guaranteed touches, but I don't love it.
I like Breida this week. I don't mind him. Like, dude, his touch workload last week was insane. And the matchup like ruined his point total, but at the same time, like he was getting the workload. I mean,
we must be behind on the Calvin Ridley slander because 16.4 PPR points is a very respectable number to put up without a touchdown, in my opinion.
Yep.
Ferguson or Pitts full PPR? What do you like?
Ferguson. All day. All day. So if you're going to beat the Niners,
once again that this is the last time I say I'm riding with Pitts. One more time.
Dude, Ferguson is a full-time tight end, and if you're going to beat the Niners defense, you're going to do it through the air. You're not going to do it on the ground.
Who's down?
I didn't see.
It's a lineman, I think.
I hope he's okay. Juan actually has a super sticker here. Brees, Pacheco, or A-Chain at the flex. What
Oh
a
no,
fucking
it's not a
decision.
lineman. Is it a lineman?
Yeah, it is. He's a big boy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I saw ETN getting the carry, and I was like, oh god, is that Travis that's down?
No, it looks like 74. It looks like Cam Robinson here.
Yeah.
Brees, Pacheco, or A-Chain at flex. I mean, what a decision, but I'm going A-Chain.
Yeah, that is a ridiculous decision.
Like,
Um,
let me just have 3 top 15 running backs as my flex decision. What
I
is
have
the rest
Pacheco
of your
just
team?
outside my top 15, but he is still very high.
Really, eh? I
Yeah, I
love
think I have
Pacheco
him
this week.
at 16.
Oh, wait. I'm saying that like I don't have him at 15 on the dot.
Sorry, I have him at 17 because I have Connor ahead of him too.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think I have Connor at 16. But yeah, where we left off.
Yep. What do you guys think of DJ Moore going forward? I mean, yeah, I think you gotta dangle him on the wire and see what you can get for him. But so the thing with like determining is a player a sell high or not is what can you get for DJ Moore right now? Are people going to pay you a top 15 wide receiver price tag? Because if they are, then you should sell him. If not, if they're going to give you wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3 price tag, which is what he is rest of the season,
That's
in
what
my
I
opinion,
value him.
then you just hold him.
Yeah, like if people are gonna value him based off like where we have him ranked, don't sell him. If people are gonna value him based off where his current ranking in terms of PPR is, where I think he's like a top 12 wide receiver right now in terms of points per game. If people are willing to meet me at like wide receiver 15 price tags, yeah, I'm gonna sell him at that instance. Can I get Christian Watson plus? Can I get Amari Cooper plus? Can I get like any of those like low end wide receiver 2s plus? And I'm transitioning off of DJ Moore every single time.
And I think in some leagues you might be able to get Jalen Waddle, Chris
You could tier
Olave,
up, yeah,
Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, Brandon Ayuk, Garrett Wilson if they're coming off of bad weeks this week,
for
which
sure.
it looks like it looks like Calvin Ridley might be in some people's minds if they think that this is a bad game for him. But
6 for 90 is a bad. Did he just make another catch too, or am I tripping? Oh
he
yeah, he
might have.
did. He just got like
Literally
a
did. He's
30.
over 100 yards receiving. If anybody
He's
is
got like
worried
a
about Calvin Ridley,
35-yard bomb, but he's struggling, right?
oh yeah, he literally caught a bomb there.
Like,
Facts. No, we're good. He's well over 100 yards. We're fine. In a bind with Gibbs down, I'm in desperate need of a high upside flex for a league. Wandale, Boyd, Gus Edwards, or Breida. I'm going Wandale, dude. I'm all aboard the Wandale train right now. Full PPR, give me Wandale Robinson, dude. I think he's a lock for 7 or 8 targets this game.
I mean, if you're going for high upside, probably, but I will say like they're all kind of like same tier for me. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't
Boyd
mind the
is
Wandale
interesting
call.
with Higgins out, but I still want to go with Wandale. In full PPR, I think Gus Edwards and Breida
Yeah.
are disqualified because they're running backs and they don't usually get a shit ton of receiving work. So
I mean, Breida has gotten
he's.
some
Do
looks.
you want to start a running
No, you
back for a
don't. You
team that
don't.
has 3
You don't.
offensive linemen missing who's 13-point underdogs?
Aren't they implied for like 18 points this week?
Yeah, dude. Give me the receiver who's going to get all the garbage time work, which is
Yeah.
Wandale.
No, I agree. Um, that's jokes. Real quick, sup fellas, Drake London or Jameson Williams?
Drake London still. As
I
disgusting
agree,
as
but
the
like
Falcons passing game is.
I agree, but man, like it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly.
It is getting very, very ugly. We need an interception from the Bills defense here, man.
Yep. Oh, for real, bro. Or at least like a field goal force or something, and just let Allen go cook,
Is
score a
it
touchdown,
possible that
get the
they
2
can
point.
tie?
Yeah, dude. If the
Oh
Jets
yeah,
get a
yeah,
field
it is.
goal,
Okay.
down 8.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
went full Josh McDaniels there for a second.
you're good.
Yeah, spicy hot like that
2-score
one.
game. Start 2, Ayuk, Garrett Wilson, and Pittman. You're sitting
Uh-oh.
Wilson here. That's ETN touchdown.
Uh-oh. That's a touchdown. Yep, there goes Travis. Is that
All
2
right.
for him today?
Yeah.
Yes, baby. I needed a win
truthers.
in my Bitcoin league, dude. I needed a win this week, so I'll
Yeah.
take that. I had in that league, both of my quarterbacks are on bye. That's why I needed a win. I had no Herbert and no Watson. So Bryce Young is my QB1, and I'm starting, I think, ETN in my Superflex right now.
And I'm not too thrilled that in a couple leagues where I tried to go buy Travis Etienne, I just didn't even get a reply. Or the other one I got when I did get a reply, Slats was too sharp for it. I was trying to make a big time move. I mean, you kind of could figure out what the makings of the move would be. Like I was offering some haymakers to people, and one of the upgrades that I wanted in the deal was to go from Pacheco to ETN, and he's like, no, like I think ETN's gonna have the big game this week. So shout out to you, Slats, because you did bink that. ETN does have the 2 touchdowns, and you're probably laughing about that right now. But Garrett Wilson's my sit here. Michael Pittman I have as my wide receiver 13. Ayuk's my wide receiver 14.
Wow, you have Wilson as the sit.
Wilson's 15. They're all back to back to back.
Yeah, I mean, I have Ayuk as my highest rated guy here, and dude, I have Garrett Wilson as my sit too.
That's wild.
Actually, no, sorry, no, I have Pittman. I have Pittman at 13, and I have Wilson at 12.
Wow. So you have
I
Wilson
have
at
Wilson at
12.
12 this week, dude. I
I'm at
am
15. I have him at 15.
Yeah, I'm going with Pittman as the sit, but I don't want to sit any of those guys because they're literally all wide receiver ones almost.
You got to go JT, Brett. If you've rostered JT all year, you're not starting Gus.
If you bench JT for Gus Edwards, you deserve to lose, in my opinion.
That is like you're going out to a restaurant and you're examining the menu and you just see like a nice like juicy steak and you decide to just get like a side of fries instead.
Yeah, you ordered a plant-based steak when a filet mignon was the same price, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. You got where we left off. What a weird analogy.
Bijan breakout game today? Why is Bijan not broken out yet?
I mean, he's got like 3
Bijan's got like 4 games of like 20 plus PPR points.
Wait, does he have a single game under 20 this year? Or am I tripping?
I think he had one. Yeah, he had one stinker last week.
He stinker. He had 18.7. Okay, Detroit was a stinker. But 20.3, 21.2, 18.7. Like, dude.
I guess technically a breakout game would be like a long touchdown, like 35-pointer. Because that's what breakout, like Bijan's ceiling on any given week is a 35-point game, 40-point game. So
by the way, dude,
we just got a bomb from Allen there.
To who?
Nobody that we roster. 11. I think that was Hardy.
Hardy?
Yeah.
Hardy. By the way, Bijan's like the RB7 on the year. We're still talking about a week like where he break out. It's so funny.
Yeah. No, this I will say though, this could be the week where we get like a 40-point
Allen
from Bijan though.
Bang. Touchdown. Please. Oh, Gabe. Nice catch. Good job, buddy.
Hey, dude, Gabe Davis is better this year. I don't care what anybody says. This is the Gabe Davis we were promised last year.
Amen. Watson or Drake London, boys. Happy PR. Give me Christian Watson there, Yadiel. You have where we left off at the top. Hopefully we can get a little nice Allen to Diggs late game.
I could go for an Allen rushing touchdown also. I'll take that
too. Allen to Diggs would be
the most
as long as
Latavius Murray doesn't stumble his fat ass into the end zone.
I need Latavius too. Oh, Allen, what is going on? No, he almost threw a boneheaded pick.
So bad.
Okay, you have where we left off.
How much time do we have? Is this pre 2-minute warning?
2:18.
Holy shit, the Bills are driving right now.
Yeah, dude. They don't have timeouts though, so they're gonna have to onside. That's the only thing. But
dude, how do they not have timeouts right now? What are you guys doing?
Fucking Sean McDermott. What do you think?
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy
is one of the worst game managers out there.
Mike McCarthy is better than Sean McDermott. Come on.
No, he's not. Get out.
Why
here.
not?
Maybe game management he is not at all the.
Why not? What does Sean McDermott do? He's got an alien at quarterback, and he's won less games than McCarthy in the last 2 years. Also, Allen rushing touchdown, baby.
Yes.
You have where we left off. Let's go. Let's rush these.
We love those. Okay.
17 minutes.
We're going to get to 12. The goal I set was 12. We're going to get there. You love to see it.
Let's try 12-15. Let's just rip.
Let's go 12-15. Okay. Cole Bryant says, what's good, boys? What's going on? Is Pitts droppable? No, he's not droppable. You can keep playing him. Tight end is that bad that Pitts is still going to be a top 12 tight end for me every single week.
Yeah. I agree.
Addison, Mostert, or Dubs full PPR. This is a pretty decent question. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this one? I think you could make the argument for Dubs here, but I think I would go with Addison still.
I have Dubs higher than Addison. I'm thinking.
Really, eh? I'm just the Addison guy this week. Maybe I should make him my going nuts player.
Give me Dubs. Yeah, Trevor, big time Allen rushing touchdown. I see your comment later in the chat.
Also, did we get 2? Did we get 2 points? Did we check the points for our stuff there? Spicy, you want to scroll down and check those for us?
For what?
I think we set it around noon, give or take, maybe 12:05, 12:10.
What points?
For our going nuts picks.
Oh.
Danny had Hall and I had Devontae Smith.
I saw a bunch of 2s. Like I don't know who they're saying 2s about, but I'm assuming 2s for both. But I mean, Spicy can double check for us. Garrett Wilson or Pittman Jr. full point PPR.
I am at 12, and Danny has Pittman at 13, and I have Pittman at 13. So I would go with Garrett Wilson, but it's really close, and they're both awesome plays. So I would actually like to get both in my lineup if you can.
I agree. I would rather slightly Pittman, but I mean, because we kind of like disagree here, and like we really don't have conviction either way. This is like the classic question where. Do as your heart desires. Who do you want to watch more on this slate? They are so close.
Probably not Zach Wilson, most likely, but I would, if I were you, I would want to watch the Colts' new offense with Jonathan Taylor there. So I would maybe go Pittman just for that reason, but I think I want both in my lineup. So are they on?
Yeah, I do want both in my lineup. Yeah, they are.
Did they go for 2? Or did they kick? They kicked. It didn't make a difference, right? Yeah, it didn't make a difference. That's why.
Oh, what? No way. They didn't get it.
Oh, my God. Oh, that was a kind of a disgusting onside, though.
All right, you got where we left off. Rasheed Rice or Jaleel McLaughlin?
Roland says Rasheed Rice or Jaleel McLaughlin if Javonte is out. I think I go Jaleel if Javonte is out.
If Javonte's out, it's McLaughlin. But real talk with Rasheed Rice, I'm starting him in our listener league.
Kind of sneaky.
I'm starting him in our listener league. The decision was between him and Marshall, and I have Marshall in a different league because I'm like desperate at flex this week because of buys. So I'm like, I don't want to double dip on Terrace Marshall. So let me just start Rasheed Rice in this spot. It's the Vikings. Yeah. He can play fucking 50% of the snaps and still catch a long bomb.
Yeah, and you'll know this too because both teams play at 4 o'clock, so you'll know which one you can go with. So I would go with Jaleel, assuming Javonte is out. Darren Waller or Zach Ertz. I'm probably going to still start Darren Waller, but I think Zach Ertz is up there for sure.
Yeah, agree. By the way, Spicy said looking like twos.
Looking like
where we
twos.
left off.
Michael Wilson or what's up?
They don't have enough time here, do they? Like, 2:10. It's 2-minute warning. Yeah, they do. 3 and out here. They get the ball back.
Barely. Yeah, they'll get the ball back with what, like 40 seconds or something like that?
Around there.
Michael Wilson or Drake London. I am taking Drake London still as much as I think Michael Wilson's a decent play.
I'm going
Wilson.
Really,
eh? Yeah, fired up. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. PPR, spicy hot. Michael Wilson versus Drake London. I got Wilson. He's got London.
So no help, unfortunately, for you there.
Unfortunately.
Brandon Ayuk, Josh Reynolds, Wandale. Which 3 should I go with? I would go with Ayuk for sure. Wandale is my next highest rated guy here.
Wilson would be mine.
And then I think
we can agree Reynolds is the sit.
Jerry Jeudy, to be honest.
Michael Wilson, you'd play over Jeudy?
Yeah, but I think so the 3 that I would play here is Ayuk, Wandale, and Josh Reynolds.
I'm sitting Reynolds for Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I have Reynolds at 37, and I have Jeudy at 38, and I have Michael Wilson at 40. Like, they're all pretty close to me. And then I have Wandale at 33, and I have Brandon Ayuk in my top 12 receivers.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk's my wide receiver 13. He's not leaving the lineup. I have Josh Reynolds at 38. I actually have Reynolds over Wandale. I have Wandale at 41. I have Jeudy at 34, and I have Michael Wilson at 33. They're all like within 8 ranks of each other.
So Ayuk for sure, and then I think Wilson probably for sure, and then it's between Wandale and Reynolds for us probably, but I would go with Wandale.
Yeah, I don't mind capitulating there. You have Wilson lower, I have Wilson higher, and if you want to go with Wandale over Reynolds, that's
Waddle over 61.5 yards. If you guys want to get a little gutty today and you wanted to throw an alternate receiving line that Waddle goes over 100, I think that Waddle, that's a good, like, probably a plus 300 bet or something if you wanted to go after it.
He can get there on 4 catches. He can get there on 3 catches, to be honest.
Yeah. Nathan says, pick one PPR, Sutton, Rasheed Rice, or Wandale. I got Wandale the highest of this group.
Sutton.
But I like Sutton as well.
You have Wandale over Sutton, eh?
Yeah, I have Sutton at 34, and I had Wandale at 33.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm a sicko, dude. I got Wandale high as shit this week.
I hope you're right. I have him in my home league. I am praying that Wandale has a ballistic week, both for like your sake too, because you've stuck your flag on him this week, but also because like I just need to fucking win this league. I have the 3rd most points in the fucking league, and I'm 1-3 because I lost. I'm not even gonna get into that story again because I probably said the Evans story like 7 different times.
Yeah, you said it at least 36 times so far. So
it's so frustrating when you lose games.
Can you go back to where we left off real quick, just because I'm about to order some food for the games and I need to ask Maria what she wants.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, unless any like random news happened, I think my lineups are set. But obviously, I'll
be back in like 2 minutes. If you want to just, can you see where we left off? We're at 11:53 a.m. with Nathan right now. While you're scrolling, I'll answer this question here. Aggie says, starting Stroud over Trevor Lawrence this week. Fingers crossed. I mean, Stroud's been better so far this year. So
Nate.
No, sorry, Nathan. Yeah. So I just answered Aggie question. Yeah, go with G now there. The next one, and then I'll be back in 1 second.
Sounds good, boss. Starting Stroud over T-Law this week. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Good luck, bro. You're gonna need it now, obviously, with T-Law having a pretty good name. We got Loogie in the chat. Big shout out if you're still watching. Half APR, Rasheed Rice or Jaleel McLaughlin if Javonte is out. Darren Waller or Zach Ertz. I believe you super chatted this. No, this is the wrong Nathan. My apologies. 10-team PPR with Superflex. I already have ETN starting, so I have only one running back spot to fill. Should I start Kamara or Jones? You're starting Kamara anyways. The reason being is that Jones is listed as questionable, so you just want to protect yourself here. Worst case scenario, if Jones doesn't suit up, like Kamara and him are very similar in my rankings anyway, so I would go safe there. I would go with Alvin Kamara. Also, I take the risk of leaving Devontae Adams in my lineup. I mean, I think he should play. It is a little bit risky. Are you going to have any other options? Like, can you, worst case scenario, if he doesn't suit up, pivot to a guy like Hunter Renfrow? Like, I don't love Hunter Renfrow, but if Devontae Adams is out, he should see some more involvement in that game. So if you can do something like that, I would do it. But realistically, yeah, like that's my thought on it. By the way, Spicy, let me know if we get any supers because I can't really check the bottom of the chat. Yeah, you good there? Happy PR, pick one, Sky, London, or Downs. Thanks, guys. I believe I have London the highest, but Downs is 2. Yeah, I have London at 37, Downs at 43. So I'll go with London still there. Start Tutu or Josh Reynolds. I have Tutu at 36 and Reynolds at 38. So I would slightly prefer Tutu there, Grimly. Actually, wait. With Cup news, I'm actually going to lower Ridley. I had him in there before Cup got ruled into this game. So I would actually go with Josh Reynolds there. Let me change my tune there. So I adjusted Tutu Atwell down now to the fringe top 50 with the news that Cooper Kupp's going to play. Ridley, 11 points. He feel better. Yeah, I mean, he finished with 22 or something like that. So shout out. Vic TX says $2 super chat, flex Musgrave or Dillon if Jones is out non-PPR. I mean, if Jones is out, you got to go with AJ Dillon there, I would say there, Vic. So I didn't pull your question up because I would lose my spot in the chat, but that's the way I would do it. I mean, Spicy, can you click the comments like in the backseat? No, I won't let you. Okay, all good. No worries there. Where do we leave off? Wandale or Josh Reynolds? I would go with Wandale there. Slightly there, David. I gotta raise the Wandale a little bit actually. Because I mean 41 is a little bit low. 36. Gus or JT all day there, Mike. Got a super chat from Trevor. Again, apologies that I can't pull this the question up, but I will get to it. $2 super chat says pick 2 Ayuk, Waddle, Pittman, Hall, or Mostert in a full PPR. I mean, you got to go with the first 2 options there, Trevor, in my opinion. Go with Ayuk and go with Jalen Waddle. That is very, very close. So they're literally Ayuk, Waddle. Waddle's 9. I actually have Pittman 1 spot higher than Ayuk. I thought I had Ayuk 1 spot higher, but I actually have Pittman 1 spot higher. So my answer would actually be Waddle and Pittman. But man, like the fact that you have to sit so many of these guys, like how is this a question? You have to pick 2 of literally like 4 of these guys are in my top 15 rankings respectively for running backs and wide receivers, man.
What are you answering right now? There's
Trevor has a super chat in the chat.
Oh, we're on the screen right now. That's why I'm asking, what are you even answering?
Yeah, because I was just going in order because I couldn't pull the chats up. Otherwise, I'd lose my spot in the chat, the order.
Oh, I see.
So I was just reading them from the private. But you have where we left off now, right? With Mike.
Yeah, Mike says.
So okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. Yeah, I just want to make sure you're there. How would you answer this, by the way, real quick?
My answer would be Ayuk and Waddle.
Ayuk and Waddle.
Yeah,
I actually have Pittman 1 spot higher than Ayuk, so I would go with Waddle and Pittman. But like, they're back to back.
You need to consolidate some assets here, my friend.
You have way too many players there that are legit.
Sell Ayuk and Waddle for Diggs or something. You know what I mean? Like go after somebody, a superstar.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, I'm assuming you agree if Jones is out, you're going with Dillon.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think Jones will be out though, for what it's worth.
I think he will actually.
Really? Is that the recent report? Because he was questionable. He was practicing limited all week.
He's questionable. I'm scared it might be a pitch count. Like in the listener league, I'm starting Breed over him just to make sure because I have literally no other running back. Well, I have literally no other running back options if he sits. So I'm like, okay, at least Breed is going to get a workload, even though I don't like it. And I mean, you've seen my listener league team. Worst case scenario, I take 6-7 points from Breed. It's not going to kill me.
Yeah, I mean, he's questionable. I think he's going to play, dude. He practiced limited all week.
I mean,
I guess it's Monday night game though, so he didn't practice today or until. Well, what did he practice on yesterday? Let me look. Packers injury report. I think he practiced limited all week, dude. I think he'll be fine.
I mean, I'm starting Breida over him in the listener league.
Yeah, dude. You get 3 LPs in a row, like you're fine on a Monday game too. Like he has an extra day of rest. Like I think he'll be just fine.
If you have an alternative, sure, but I'm not risking it. Like, I'm not risking it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't probably have an alternative unless you have Jacoby Myers or
Well,
Dobbs on your bench or something like that. But
well,
I probably would still start Aaron Jones.
well, the example for me is the listener league team because I picked up Matt Breida and I'm starting him just in case because I literally have no other options if he does miss. Because I had Gibson and I had Roshan who already played on
Did
Thursday Night
Josh Allen
Football.
just throw a pick?
Did he? No way he did. Did
No,
he?
I saw
No.
something. I saw them celebrating.
I mean, he finished with 359 passing yards. What?
Jeez.
All right.
I mean, they were pretty much getting boat raced the whole time. So
Yeah, I mean, shout out to that stack. Diggs and Allen combined me for like 52 points. Diggs
yeah,
lost a fumble. That's what happened. Diggs must have lost a fumble.
Allen. Oh yeah, okay. Allen and Gabe Davis stack combines me for 56 in the listener league, and then Allen and Diggs league combines me for 57.
So
So
Davis scored 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
He scored. Did he score 2?
He scored at least 1.
No, he scored 1, and he had 100 yards too.
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot, dude. He scored 2 touchdowns because the one got called back.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're kind of dumb for that one.
Have PPR start 2, flex 1. Olave, Waddle, Garrett Wilson, or Collins.
Jeez, dude. How are you about to leave one of these guys on your bench? I'm leaving Olave on my bench because he has the worst game environment of these guys. So I'm going Waddle and Wilson. Sorry.
I don't hate it. Yeah, he said Diggs fumbled in chat, by the way. Spicy did. Fair enough. That's kind of annoying that I just got tagged with a fumble on it. So it took 2 points away from Diggs in my listener league. But with that being said, or listener league with my home league, but I mean, he still scored.
You got a dripper. You got to blow your nose there, brother.
Really?
Yeah. We got Danny on his flu game right now. So is Kyron a must start today? No, I don't think so, to be honest. I think he's a fine. Whoops, I'm just putting myself in the back seat here. Good job. Smart by me. There we go. Is Kyron a must start today? I think he's probably a must start if you have him. He's like a top 15 running back, but he could have a down game at least from a rushing efficiency standpoint. But I mean, he hasn't been good rushing efficiency all season, so it's not like you're going to be missing anything that you had before. So Kyron Williams probably rushed for like 14 carries for 18 yards against the Eagles front, but he might punch in a touchdown or 2 and catch 6 passes. So,
by the way, we are completely behind in time right now because we still got to unleash our locks of the week and our safe plays of the week. So let's just do that real quick before 1 p.m. hits.
He's saying no. What are you saying? What? 2 super chats? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, he's saying 2 super chats. Get to the supers first.
Flexbot Madison or Hollywood Brown.
That was Spicy, by the way. If you guys were confused what we were just doing there, Spicy was yelling at us in the back seat.
Hector, I'm gonna need scoring format here. Half PPR, I'm going Madison. Full PPR,
I would take Madison regardless, to be honest.
Game environment, yeah, that's probably true. Pick 2, PPR pick 2, Collins, Hall, Pierce. You're sitting Pierce.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, let's go through it. Locks of the week. I'll let you pick the graphic and then I'll just read off mine.
Yeah. So I'll go with my lock of the week real quick. I'll just do both of mine and then you can do both of yours. So my lock of the week this week is Miami Dolphins -12.5. I think they're going to destroy the New York Giants. They have been an awful football team for 7 of the 8 halves that they've played. The only relevant football they played was the second half against the Arizona Cardinals, and pretty much every other half they've looked like shit. And then my safe play of the week presented by Aura, of course, link down below in the description if you guys want to check them out. 14-day free trial. My safe play of the week is Isaiah Pacheco. Chiefs are implied for, I believe, 29 points, and the game environment is a 53.5 point over-under right now. So I will take Isaiah Pacheco. Probably has, close to 100 yards rushing, probably punches a touchdown in, catches some passes here and there. So I think Pacheco, all he has to do for me to get that point is finish inside the top 24 running backs. So I think he's an absolute lock to be a solid play this week if you guys have him.
Yep, and rounding it off, my lock of the week is actually going to be Indy +2.5 against the Tennessee Titans at home this week. Jonathan Taylor back, Anthony Richardson playing the way he is. I think they're going to win straight up. So getting the 2.5 at home, I think, is a really nice value play there for the Indianapolis Colts. So that is my lock of the week. My safe play of the week, I believe, is the other one that we have left. My safe play of the week presented by Aura is going to be James Conner, running back of the Arizona Cardinals, going up against the Cincinnati Bengals this week. He's played good to start this year. I really like what they're doing in terms of their offensive scheme. I believe their offensive coordinator right now is getting a lot of buzz to potentially get some offensive head coaching opportunities if he keeps this up. James Conner looks good. This is the best we've ever seen him realistically in the last few years, and he's going to get 18 to 22 touches. So I think RB2 is the baseline for him.
Yeah, for sure. And a quick update too on our locks of the week. I am 2-2 right now. We are all 2-2. Me, Danny, and Spicy all 2-2. Spicy's lock of the week this week is the under in that 49ers Cowboys Sunday night football game. Two good defenses, makes some sense there. And our underdog picks of the week, I'm 2-2. Spicy's 2-2. Danny is 1-3, but I have 3 points because I picked a 7-point touch dog with the Houston Texans when they beat. Who did they beat? Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Yeah, and then so I got an extra point out of that. Our going nuts picks, I have I'm leading the league in injuries right now predicted because I had Javonte as my pick last week. He got injured. I had J.K. Dobbins in week 1 who tore his Achilles.
Just never pick a Cowboy.
Pick I've hit was a Raheem Mostert Fugazi 3-pointer. I think I should have only got 2 points for that, but you guys gave me 3.
That was a Fugazi.
Danny is 3-1 with 7 points. Spicy Hot is 2-2 with 5 points. So Danny's leading that one. Safe play of the week. I am 1-3. Danny's 2-2 because he picks James Conner every single time. And then Spicy Hot is 1-3 as well. So overall bets on fantasy points, Danny's beating me 8-6 right now. I feel like we missed a week though. Did we miss a week of scoring in that?
Dude, we've probably missed so many bets. Like,
okay, well, we'll just say it's 8-6 right now. Yeah. That's what the score is. We're gonna be more diligent of making sure that we.
It's the Thursday night bets we make. We always forget the fucking track of them.
Yeah, we need to just stop doing that. So right now we have Khalil Herbert. I picked Khalil Herbert, which is yikes because he only had like 8 points,
7.8 or something.
Romeo Dobbs is who you picked.
Doubled down on him, apparently.
Yeah, I went Wandale, you went Dobbs. I went Addison, you went Myers, and then I went London, you went Michael Wilson. Did we do Pittman and Wilson as well, Garrett? I think we said that, did we? No, we didn't, right?
No, like they're both top 15 in our rankings. We kind of just said, like, do what your heart desires, I think was what we said.
Anyways, we are it's past 1 o'clock, so the game's already started.
By the way, Corey, as long as you never pick a Cowboy for your going nuts, I'm gonna be happy with that.
I'm gonna pick CeeDee Lamb next week just to piss you off.
Fuck off. They play the Chargers next week though, so like I don't blame you.
That's a 0.2 pointer if that hits.
Man, like Jesus. But with that being said, sorry, we went on a little tangent at the end. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and good luck in your matchups. Hopefully by Sunday night, by our Monday night football stream, by our Monday morning football stream, we will be seeing, hopefully a celebrating Cowboys dub. That's all I care. Yeah, that's all I pray for.
They are not. Also, no Brees. I know Danny picked Brees for his going nuts pick. He's not the injury jinxer. I picked Devontae Smith, so keep an eye out for him. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Take it easy, fellas. Yeah, and I also picked Mike Williams too. Andrew reminded me. I also had Mike Williams going nuts, and he fucking tore his ACL.
Real quick last thing. Andrew asked what were the underdog picks. So Corey went with the Panthers. Oh, perfect. Yeah, just show him, I guess. Yeah.
So it was Derrick Henry. I mean, you can't bet him now, but it was Derrick Henry higher rushing touchdowns.
Bush.
What's up?
Underdog picks, like underdog picks of the week.
Oh,
that's what I was reading out. So Corey touched on dog, picked the Panthers plus 9.5 to win straight up against the Lions. That's going to be worth 3 points I allocated to him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt there. Rams, I have 4-point underdogs to win at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Spicy out going with the Houston money line against the Atlanta Falcons this week on the road in Atlanta. I actually really like that bet too.
Yeah, that one's a not look in the mirror bet though. I think that one's like a 1.5 point dog.
Yeah.
Betting against Desmond Shitter as well. Also, I wouldn't be able to look myself.
Wait. That's actually facts. I gave you shit for betting the Jets at 2.5, and this guy takes fucking 1.5. Houston.
Anyways,
yeah.
Then we also had Smitty going nuts, Hall going nuts, Garrett Wilson going nuts with Spicy Hot, safe plays, Pacheco, Connor, and Mixon in order. So again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Good luck. Pray, fingers crossed, no injuries, and happy Canadian Thanksgiving to those of you guys that are Canadian as well. So take it easy, fellas.